The Lord be with you.
And with your spirit.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Mark.
Glory to you, O Lord.
When the Sabbath was over, Mary Magdalene, Mary the mother of James, and Salome brought spices so that they might go and anoint him. Very early, when the sun had risen on the first day of the week, they came to the tomb. They were saying to one another, "Who will roll back the stone for us from the entrance to the tomb?" When they looked up, they saw that the stone had been rolled back. It was very large. On entering the tomb, they saw a young man sitting on the right side, clothed in a white robe, and they were utterly amazed. He said to them, "Do not be amazed. You seek Jesus of Nazareth, the crucified. He has been raised. He is not here. Behold the place where they laid him. But go and tell his disciples and Peter, he is going before you to Galilee. There you will see him, as he told you." The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
Rabbi Moshe took a trip to a strange land. He took with him a donkey, a rooster, and a lamp. Since he was a Jew, he was refused hospitality in the village inns, so he decided to sleep in the woods. He lit his lamp to study the holy books before going to sleep, but a fierce wind came up, knocking over the lamp and breaking it. The rabbi decided to turn in, saying, "God's ways are always better." During the night, some wild animals came along and drove away the rooster, and thieves stole the donkey. Moshe woke up, saw the loss, but still proclaimed easily, "God's ways are always better." The rabbi then went back to the village where he was refused lodging, only to learn that enemy soldiers had invaded it during the night and killed all the inhabitants. He also learned that these soldiers had traveled through the same part of the woods where he lay asleep. Had his lamp not been broken, he would have been discovered. Had the rooster not been chased, it would have crowed, giving him away. Had the donkey not been stolen, it would have brayed. So once more, Rabbi Moshe declared, "God's ways are always better." If only we had that kind of trust. Don't feel bad. The apostles didn't have it either. And they walked with Jesus for 3 years. They had grown comfortable with how things were. They probably had ideas for what the future would be like. But then, "Father, into your hands I commend my spirit." And with those 8 words, everything changed for the apostles. They had to be confused. They had to be worried. They had to wonder how they would go on. The person who they thought was the Messiah had been arrested, tortured, crucified, and buried. It was a hopeless situation. But where we put a period, God puts a comma. In 3 days' time, Jesus rose from the dead. The apostles had to be overjoyed. They knew that death was not the end. With his resurrection, Christ undoes the original sin of Adam. He reverses Adam's disobedience. He brings life where Adam had brought death. And he opens the gates to heaven for all of us. God's ways are always better. The gospel today begins with Mary Magdalene coming to the tomb to anoint the body of Jesus. She knows the stone has to be rolled away, and she also knows that she can't do it by herself. She must have believed that the Lord would provide, that he would take care of it all, and he does. Mary's trust should be an example for all of us. As we go about our lives, we have to deal with boulders in our path, different challenges that knock us back, that keep us from moving forward. We think our lives should go a certain way, but the path is blocked, and we don't understand why. Maybe it's the promotion we didn't get. Maybe it's the loss of a loved one. Maybe it's a health concern. Whatever the challenge, God can transform the sorrow of all the Good Fridays of our lives into beautiful Easter Sundays. We just need to trust and go forward. God's ways are always better. Alleluia.